What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 411 News. I am your host, B. Cray, and what we do every week, we get up here, we talk about what's going on in the news so that you are aware of what's going on in your news today if you don't watch regular news. Plus, we like to have fun when I talk about the news because I get my own little twist on it. But anyway, if you are new to the channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the post notifications so you know when I drop one on the weekly basis. This is week 4, so I'm doing good, keeping these videos out on my schedule, like I said. So please keep praying for me, and I keep praying for you to make sure we get these videos out. So if you are an OG fan, thanks for coming back. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go ahead and knock out some achievements this week. So achievement goes to no other than the New Orleans Saints this week. They slaughtered Dallas. They slaughtered Dallas on Sunday, and I am so proud because Dallas fans got to understand you got to be put in check every now and then because your team is not that doggone good. So keep that in mind. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump into news. We got 2 topics today, and y'all already know what one of them is. We're gonna talk about Sean Diddy Combs first. We'll talk about that second. We're gonna talk about Sean Diddy Combs first. Then we're talking about Donald Trump second because I got questions about Donald Trump and the assassination attempt. But if you are living under a rock and you have not heard about what's going on with Sean P. Diddy Combs, but the time have come. The time have finally come, and they have arrested Sean P. Diddy Combs. They arrested him yesterday, and they charged him with sex trafficking, racketeering, bruh, and prostitution. I mean, transportation of prostitution, aka sex trafficking, bruh. Them 3 charges alone is outrageous enough. But we've heard this stuff before. We've heard it over and over again. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Also, they denied him bail yesterday, and he went up again today and asked for bail, and they denied him bail again today, saying that he is a flight risk and he is a nuisance to the community. And if you look at his charges, whether you like it or not, it has to say it. But let's go back in time a little bit. If you remember an interview that Cat Williams did on Club Shay Shay, Cat Williams stated, and I'm going to read it verbatim what Cat Williams said. He said, I got to protect, this is what he was talking about when it came to Sean P. Diddy Combs. He said, I got to protect my integrity and the version whole I was telling you about P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. So he told you. He said it. P. Diddy wanted to party with him, and he told P. Diddy no. But he put it out there a long time ago, and nobody believed Cat Williams. So now people starting to look at Cat Williams like, bro, he was telling the truth. But let's talk about some things that they kind of what led to these charges. So first off, they said that Cat Williams, they said that Sean P. Diddy Combs be having these freak parties, because they called them freak parties because I guess that's what they found in the house. We'll get back to that in a minute. But they were calling them freak parties, and these freak parties will last days. They will last days. And the way he would keep people, doing what he need them to do, he would give them roofies, he would give them drugs, and then he would threaten them. He would literally threaten them to beat them or out them and all that other good stuff. And then once the party was over, after the days is over, and P. Diddy didn't got his rocks off or whatever he needed to do, he'll give them an IV and send them on their way. And that's pretty bad. But they're like, these females will come and sleep with these dudes were prostitutes, and then some of these dudes were sleeping with dudes. So bruh, P. Diddy, it's bad. It is really, really bad. They said they found over 100 bottles of lube and baby oil in his house. I'm sorry, over 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil in his house. P. Diddy, you got all this money. Why you just didn't make a deal with Johnson & Johnson and let Johnson & Johnson supply you all the big tubs of baby oil you need for your freak parties? You know what I'm saying? There was also saying like during the freak parties he would beat people. It goes on and on and on, like drug usage. They found guns in his house. But people, like, I hate to say it, P Diddy is not gonna see the day a shed of lightness anytime soon. And from what reports are still coming out, they're saying that his bodyguard is the one that recorded all this. That he recorded it. They were like people who worked close to Puff Daddy was the people who set all this up, who set all these freak parties into motion so that he can have them. And then his lawyer is like, these people these people came to his house, wanted to party and do this stuff. So there was no trafficking involved. Now, his lawyer said there was no trafficking involved, but you still getting set up. You still looking at you still looking at racketeering, and you still looking at prostitution. So I don't. But this is what I do think. Like everything else going on in the world, Puff Daddy got money, right? And he has money. And I'm gonna make this comparison, y'all can look at me sideways if you want to. Puff Daddy is gonna have the same information that Trump has. And y'all like, what are you talking about? The stuff that goes on at Mar-a-Lago Ranch under Donald Trump. Why do you think Donald Trump has the support and the backing of the people that he has? It ain't because he's smart. It's because of the dirt he has on people. And it's gonna end up being the same way with Puff Daddy. I know for a fact that Puff Daddy got dirt on a lot of high-ranking people. You and I both know that. Y'all ain't gonna sit and look at me on the screen and be like, hey, he's going to jail. He probably will go to jail, but I guarantee he ain't gonna pull as much time as Mr. Robert Kelly, but they'll probably be in the same jail together. And that's how that's gonna flow, because they're gonna have to put him in jail for something. So they're gonna put him in jail for something, but I guarantee he ain't gonna pull that much time, because if I know what I know, there were some high-ranking officials at his house engaging in his prostitution, his freak parties, and all that other stuff too. So let's just sit back and watch how this fans out. But this indictment was finally opened, and this is videos they found at both his house that they raided at the exact same time. And there was some names that they seen in some of those videos. I'm not saying they was doing any of the sex or sex trafficking or anything like that, but a few names that popped up. You already know Usher, Jay-Z. That's just the name. Two names on top of my head. There's so many. LeBron James. And that's just the name. Just three names on top of my head that goes to these parties. And then you have to ask yourself the same question: what was they doing there? Because the Diddy party, they always said Diddy can throw a party. So I guess this is the party they're talking about, these freak parties, these freak nasty, these are nasty parties that he was having. So people, I don't even know what to tell you, but he pled not guilty, which of course he's gonna plead not guilty, and it's up to the feds to prove the case. And I think they may have enough to prove it. So we'll just keep watching the news to find out what happened. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this. But yeah, another one of our brothers is going behind jail because he took his power and used it. He took advantage of the power that he had. This is sad. It is totally sad. And the reason why I say it's sad, because we as black and brown people have done so much to get to this point. Like P. Diddy have done so much to get to where he's at, right? And then to turn around and use your celebrity status, to use your power to make people perform sex acts and give them drugs and have them do this stuff, all because of someone wants a record deal. They want to be better in their career. And you Sean P. Diddy Combs, You took advantage of that. You are nasty. You are a nasty individual. If all this is true, let me go back. If all this is true, you are a nasty individual and you need to be under the jail right beside your buddy, Mr. Robert Kelly. And look at me, you want to, you be running to jail. But outside that, people is also talking about some other things that they think P. Diddy has been involved in. They think P. Diddy may have been involved in Tupac Shakur's death. They think that he may have been involved in Aaliyah's death. They think that he may have been involved in Notorious Big's death. And that's a lot of, and his wife, they think he's involved in her death. It's a lot of stuff, man. And if stuff starts to flow out like I think it's gonna flow out, we would never hear from P. Diddy again. Only time we heard from P. Diddy is when he gets sick and they like, yeah, P. Diddy didn't sell sick. Same thing we heard from R. Kelly. He didn't sell sick for COVID or some mess like that. But you know what? You can't blame nobody but them. And you know, we can't go around and we as black and brown people can't go around hollering, oh, that's just the man trying to get us in trouble. No. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. And then you was dumb enough to record it. Like, nobody would know. It could be 800 people words against one, but there was no evidence to prove it. But you recorded it. You got videotape of it. And then, now as I'm saying, people see you in the videotape. And then if they could prove that these people are drugged in these videotapes because it don't take much to show somebody that's drugged, and you know he had the money to have these nice 4K cameras that can zoom in on stuff and zoom out on stuff and get that max zoom. And you can tell when someone's drugged or they're drunk or this, that, and the third, or they're tired and you keep forcing them to do stuff. Like, it can be seen in video. Like, you have video cameras now that can see the pixel, they can see 1 pixel. You can only imagine what it can do to someone's face if they're drugged or they're just, I can't even start to describe what's going to happen in this court case because people, I'm going to tell you, hold on to your panties because this stuff is about to get good. It's about to get real good. It's going to be good because now we're putting a predator behind bars, but it's sad that we are putting one of our own behind bars. That is the bad part of it. So, like I said, let me know down in the comments how you feel about it, but P. Diddy ain't gonna see the outside of a jail cell anytime soon. So y'all do love P. Diddy music, take it, put it in a box. It'd be worth money one day. So that's what's gonna happen. And that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Like I said, I would keep you updated as stuff goes on, but they denied his bail again today. Plus his kids came to court. And so like as support. But then when I just said that, it makes me think, like, what did his kids see? Did you have this from your adult kids? Or did your kids see this? And if so, what kind of father are you for raising your kids to see this kind of stuff? That's just a thought. Like I said, give me your thoughts down in the comments. But like I said, Cat Williams put this out, and y'all looked at Cat Williams like he was stupid. Cat Williams put this out. He said, "You're not taking my hole." So, you know, Cat Williams gonna make it fun, but he was telling the truth about it. And everybody looked at Cat Williams like he was crazy until all this stuff came out. And when it all came out, everybody looking at Cat Williams like, "Oh man, Cat Williams is right." Yeah, Cat Williams is right. So that's that. The last thing I want to talk about is Donald J. Trump. And I keep talking about Donald J. Trump because you and I both know there is some suspicious stuff going on with him, right? So let's go back. If y'all remember, he was out at one of his rallies, and there was a shooter who shot at him, and they said the glass nipped his ear, or the fragment from the bullet or the glass or where he hit nipped his ear, and his ear was cut. But as you see, like, he had that big old Band-Aid on that was covering his whole ear. But if you look at his ear now, you don't see a scratch on that sucker, or they're not getting close enough to see the scratch. All right. And then after that whole incident, you know, the director of the Secret Service has stepped down. Well, they beat her. They verbally beat her so bad that she stepped down on her own, because what she wasn't going to do is blame herself for that. And I kind of agree or disagree with that. As a leader, you got to take some responsibility. At the end of the day, you're the leader. You got to take some responsibility. And she didn't. So, as a leader, you got to know when to take responsibility and when not to take responsibility. That's just point blank, period. But she didn't. So, she ended up stepping down. And they put her deputy in charge. So that was that. And, he went down there like, I'm going to change stuff. I'm going to make sure everything is good. I make sure it's never happening. So never happen again. Blase, 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 blah, blah, blah. All right. And then, they killed the shooter. And then I think 2 other people got killed. But we haven't heard anything else in the shooter yet. We didn't hear when this shooter was put to rest. Like, we didn't hear anything on the funeral of the shooter. His parents didn't say much. His family didn't say much. So it goes to make you think, like, what's really going on? Because now this whole thing has been silenced, or they're saying in the news that there had been no motive put out on that shooting. Those of y'all that know, that work in these jobs where you are privy to information outside of what they tell the public, that there's already some information that they're not going to release to the public. I don't feel that was a total truthful assassination attempt. All right, let's pause it there and let's get to the next department. Right now, we look at, there was another assassination attempt on, I think it was on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yes, it was on Sunday. What was I at Sunday? Saturday. It was Saturday or Sunday. What was it? Saturday or Sunday? It was another assassination attempt on former President Donald J. Trump. So what happened? He was golfing, and and the Secret Service states this, and this is what they said. When Donald Trump goes golfing, there was already a Secret Service agent that pulls ahead one hole to observe the area, make sure the area is safe before he gets to that hole. So when that Secret Service agent went and observed the hole the next hole, he saw the barrel of the man's gun sticking out of the fence, and then he went to go shoot the man. Then the man got hit. He ran. He got in the car. There happened to be a lady in the parking lot who took down his car and his license plate and took pictures of it. And then they caught him heading down I-95. They caught him and they took him to jail. When they got back, when they searched the area where he was at, they found the gun, they found ammo, and they found a GoPro camera. So they're saying that they believe that he was gonna tape the assassination. He was gonna record the assassination. They also stated in the news that man's been there he was there in that spot for during their 12 hours. So, but here is the question that went along with this. A, how did he know Donald J. Trump was even going golfing that day? That was the big thing. How did he know? How was he privy to that information? So then it goes back to, this is how my mind operates again. Trump didn't do too good at the debate. You can say what you want to say. He didn't do good at the debate at all. You can say he did good. You can say he didn't do good. But at the end of the day, he didn't do good. So a lot of people say he didn't do good. So when they had said that, they were like, Kamala Harris, her ratings are starting to go up a little bit higher than what it was after the debate. So I'm thinking, well, Trump needs some more. What they call it? Needs more publicity thrown at him. So in my mind, I'm like, Are you paying these people to do this to you so you can get the publicity you need so that you can feel like the underdog? That's just my mind. That's just my mind. Because look, right, people, look, this is what I'm thinking. You have had 2 assassination attempts. I don't believe there have been that many assassination attempts on any former or sitting president in history. That's just how you gotta think about it, people. Look at your history. If I'm wrong, please put it down in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think I am 85% right. There have been no former or sitting president that have been attempted, that have had 2 attempts of attempted assassinations on their life in history. And then Donald Trump has a history of not telling truthfulness. That's just my view of it. To me, I believe that he hired the first dude to shoot at him, and I believe he hired the second dude just to get caught. Trump has the money to make people disappear. The problem I have with this, the people who's working with Trump, if this is true, the people that's working with Trump, y'all already know it has a way of coming back around. It has a way of coming back. And then you will go to jail, and Trump will sit there and look at you go to jail. Look at all the people who worked in Trump's circle when it came to this fictitious lie about trying to overthrow the certifying of the presidential election, right? Certifying all the people in jail now. Like, all the people that helped them are on their way to jail, are going to jail. Then the people that worked in his doggone White House, majority of them is already sitting in jail now. So you just gotta, it just makes you think, and it could be my mind just running wild, right? It could be my mind just doing what it wants to do. But you can't help but to think like that sometime, because it's been maybe a month and a half. Stuff just ain't jabbing right. And I know, me being a criminal justice student, I understand. There's copycats, there's people that want to go out there and do the same thing they do. If person A didn't do it, probably be a copycat, and this person B would be able to do it and be successful about it. I know that. I know the trends about when it comes to murder and it comes to assassination. I know the trends. But the trends ain't working in this one. They ain't trending right. They don't look right. It just, something smells fishy about it. You see what I'm saying? But people, let me know how you feel about that down in the comments, people. Like I said, they're the 2 biggest things I want to talk about today. Like I said, I won't keep you long, but I think I kept you longer than I wanted to anyway. But please, thank you for the support so far. Like I said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure the keyword is share. Keyword is share and subscribe. Share and subscribe. The more you share, the more people get to see it. The more viewers we get, the more we get this out here. Like, there is good news out there. And when I tell the news, I don't want to tell you the sad story of all these dudes and all this. I want to tell you something to make you think. It's gonna put a smile on your face. It's gonna make you be like, I got the news I got the news differently, My news is not one way. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm not independent. It's the freaking B. Cray way. And that's how it's going to be. I'm giving you news the B. Cray way. The way B. Cray understands it, the way B. Cray gets it. But like I said, thank you for all your hard work. Keep in mind, I love and appreciate every single last one of y'all for all that y'all do for me, what y'all do for y'all country, and what y'all do for y'all family. Please stay motivated. Keep encouraging each other. Love each other. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.